Hey everyone and welcome back to the breakdown. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a Minecraft 1.16 server. We're going to be going over every single step of getting a 1.16 server, from downloading the server files to getting them set up on your computer to even letting your friends join by port forwarding. It's all going to be covered in this video step by step by step. First and foremost though, I want to show you what this isn't going to allow you to do. It's not going to be a 24-hour server. It's only going to be up and running when your computer is up and running. It's also only meant for your friends, your family, the people you trust in your life, because it's going to be using your public IP address, right? It's going to be using an IP address that allows people to DDoS you if they get it. It's also going to allow people to find out where you live down to your latitude and longitude coordinates. We're going to showcase that a little bit later in the video. That is all possible from your public IP address. Because of that, it's a very, very important you only give this server out to people you trust. Lastly, it is using your own computer's resources. So not only is it going to only be up when your computer's up and running, it's also going to require resources of your computer to run. For example, if you have a computer that struggles to run just Minecraft, there's no way you're going to be able to run Minecraft and a server at the same time. On top of that, it is going to use additional resources, so you might be fine running Minecraft, but then when you add a server in there, it's going to overload your processor, you might not have enough RAM, things like that. These are issues that you can run into. However, we have a solution, and that solution is Apex Minecraft hosting. At Apex, you can get a server set up in under 5 minutes. So much so, if you look at this video, it's like 20 minutes long. It's an in-depth video. We cover it all. But even if, like, let's say some of the troubleshooting I do towards the end, if you were to cut that out, this is still 15 minutes to set up a server. At Apex, you can get it done in under 5 minutes. I'm actually doing it on the screen right now. It's very, very simple, very, very easy, and a super effective way to get a server set up. It's also meant to be up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. On top of that, it is hosted on their hardware, so you don't have to worry about making it a public server. You can give the IP out to anybody and everybody in the world, and it would be okay, because Apex Minecraft Hosting is the one who's hosting it, not you. On top of that, it is DDoS protected. It's really, really good. And if you want to do things like run plugins, run mods, do stuff like that on your server, it's super easy to do at Apex. They even have one-click installation of mod packs, Spigot, Bucket, things like that. We actually love Apex so much that we host our own server, play.breakdowncraft.com, on them. We like to put our money where our mouth is, so Apex Minecraft Hosting is where we host our server because it is incredible. We work with them to host Breakdown Craft, and it's an incredible experience. We can truly say that. So again, check out Apex at the first link down below, thebreakdown.xyz/Apex, to get a server set up in under 5 minutes, not hosted on your own computer, and just anybody on the world can play on it. It's absolutely incredible. So again, check out Apex at the first link down below. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and jump right on into this. Let's make a Minecraft 1.16 server. That is assuming you're okay with it being hosted on your own computer, and you have the resources for it on your computer, and you're okay with just your friends and family playing on it. Let's go ahead and do it. The first thing you want to do is go to the second link down below, and that's going to take you here. This is our in-depth text tutorial on making a Minecraft 1.16 server. We've already updated the text version of this tutorial. This right here will update with the video you're watching right now as soon as it's live, but I can't put this video here until it's live, so that's why the 1.15 one there is basically a placeholder. Anyway, once you're here, you can go through the text tutorial if you want, but we're going to be going over everything in this that's featured in this text tutorial in the video. I know some people love the text tutorials though, so that's why we create them, because it's a lot slower than sometimes I can be in video. But anyways, go ahead and click on the green download Minecraft button. That'll take you to where you can download the Minecraft Java Edition server. So we're downloading the server file. Once you're here, you just want to click on the download Minecraft_server.1.16.jar. So click on that. In the bottom left, you'll see server.jar download. That is if you're on Google Chrome. You will need to keep this file. On Mozilla Firefox, it'll pop up in the center of your screen. You'll need to save that file. However, it is 100% safe to save it and keep the file because it's on Minecraft.net. I mean, this is Mojang's official Minecraft website, right? There's no, I mean, Microsoft's website basically, right? So no reason to worry there. But nevertheless, once you've done that, we can minimize our browser. And on my desktop, I have the server.jar here. I also have this unconfirmed file. That's just basically a temporary download file. If you have that, just disregard it. If you don't, which you probably won't, no worries. Anyway, we have this server.jar here. If this isn't on your desktop, it's going to be in your downloads folder. And to find that, click the little Windows icon on the top left for me, bottom left of your screen, that little Windows icon on the top or bottom left of your screen, and then type in downloads, right like so. You're going to have this downloads file folder. Click on that, and in here you will find the server.jar. Drag it to your desktop just for ease of use. Now, what if the server.jar doesn't look like this? It doesn't look like a coffee cup, or it looks like book files, or it looks like anything other than this sort of thing right here, or if it's even just like a blank page. What do? Well, in that scenario, we do need to download Java. So you can come here, go to the description down below, right? Go to the description down below, and we have this. This is our in-depth guide on downloading Java for Minecraft mods and servers. So it's going to show you exactly how to get a Java for your Minecraft server, get it set up and running. It's very, very simple, just a quick 3-step process. It goes goes through every single step. You can download it there and you're good to go. However, if for whatever reason you install Java, it's still not working. This still looks like book files. It still doesn't look correct. You need to run the jar fix, which you can find also linked in the description down below. And what the jar fix is going to do is make all the .jar files on your computer work with Java once again. Basically make them link up and recognize each other. It's a simple little program, and it is 100% worth running if you have, like, WinRAR trying to open up your jar files. This will fix that. Now, finally, we can get our server set up. To do that, go ahead and create a new folder on your desktop. So right-click, create a new folder. You can name this whatever you want. I'm going to name it play.breakdowncraft.com because that is our own incredible Minecraft server. As I mentioned earlier, we have incredible survival there. Faction, Skyblock, you'll love it. Come play with us if you want an amazing 1.16 server. But nevertheless, take the server.jar you downloaded and drag it into that folder you created, whether it's play.breakdowncraft.com, whether you called it Minecraft server. Doesn't matter what you called it, just drag and drop it into this folder here. Go ahead and open up that folder. And now, in here, you'll have the server.jar. Now, to start this up, it's very simple. You just need to double click on it, right? And if you've got Java installed everything and everything's good, it should work. It should just immediately start working. However, it's not going to finish, right? It's going to fail, basically. It's going to start, and then it's going to act like nothing happened, except it's going to generate the logs file and the ula.txt. If this doesn't work, make sure you've got your Java file set up, and then if it's still not working, you can right-click and click on Open With, and then select Java and click OK. However, most of the time, double-clicking is what you're wanting to do on that server.jar. Then you'll have this eula.txt file up here. Go ahead and open that up, and it'll just open automatically with Notepad, right like so. And then in here, you want to go to this link. Make sure your server is going to agree with the Minecraft EULA, and if it is, come here and change EULA equals false to EULA equals true. TRUE, exactly like that. Then go File, Save, boom, and now we can go ahead and close out of the eula.txt, again confirming that this says EULA equals true here. Once you've done that, we can come back over to here and double click on that server.jar file. When we do that this time, things are going to happen. It's actually going to open up kind of the server GUI. It's going to open up everything here. It's going to load in our world. It's going to do all of that. Boom, there's the server GUI that I was talking about. So everything is opening up. Everything is up and running. And as you can see, it might pop this up. If it doesn't, that's okay. But if it does pop up, Windows Defender Firewall has blocked some features of this app. You want to make sure that you allow access on both private and public networks and click Allow Access. If your friends can't join your server, that is a lot of times one of the reasons, assuming your port forward is correct, which we'll go over your port forward later on. But if your port forward is correct, you've confirmed it, but your friends still can't join your Minecraft server, that is why you need to enable it in Windows Defender, and you can do a quick Google search to figure out how to do that if you didn't get that pop-up like we just did. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let this spawn prepare here. It always takes a while when I'm recording to do this stuff because my CPU is being used by the recording software in addition to the Minecraft server. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let this start up, and then once it is, I will show you how to join it just yourself, and then I will show you how to port forward, and then we'll be good to go. There we go. The server is now set up. As you can see, it says done there. And one thing I will say is it is running low on free memory. We have a video in the description down below on how to add more RAM to your server. That's not what this video is necessarily about. However, I would recommend running with at least probably 2 GB of RAM on a server. However, it's more of that's explained in the video description in that video there. Dedicated video all on RAM on a Minecraft server. So nevertheless, let's go ahead and at this point join this server. Now, you can only join the server. Only you, no one else can join this server. That is because it's not open to the public, right? You've not port forwarded, and you need to port forward in order to allow people to join the server, basically out and about outside of your house and outside of your local network. So first though, let's go ahead and join it ourselves just to confirm that this has worked and that it's up and running. So I'm going to drag this kind of over to the side. That way you all can see it once we get Minecraft open. But first, we do need to get the IP for this. It's going to be different for everyone. So let's go ahead and open up Notepad really quick. We're actually going to need 2 numbers because we're going to need these, one for port forwarding and one for joining the server ourselves. So to do that, let's go ahead and type in up here CMD. So we're going to go ahead and open up the little Windows icon, top left for me, bottom left of your screen most likely, and type in CMD. And then you'll have command prompt here. Click on that, and then in here you want to type in IPCONFIG. IPconfig, exactly like that. And it's going to spit out a bunch of information that you don't need. What you need from here is 2 numbers, your IPv4 address and your default gateway. So as you can see, we have our IPv4 address right here. In my case, that's going to be, well, make note of which one it is, that's going to be 192.168.1.123. Yours, however, might be completely different, and that's okay. If your IPv4 address is completely different, perfect, that's fine. Just copy what it is from right over here into a Notepad document. Now, default gateway, this is again, could be completely different. However, if you you have a default gateway that's like this number right here, FE80, if it has numbers and letters and like colons and all that stuff in it, that is not the one you want. You want the one that's most likely under that is just numbers. In our case, that's 192.168.1.1. That one's going to be perfect. You don't need the big, long, complicated string of numbers and letters. Just get the simple one that is just numbers, most likely under that big, long default gateway there. So now we can close out a CMD. These are the only two numbers we need. Let's go ahead and open up Minecraft 1.16. So we're going to go ahead, latest release, 1.16, boom. And once we open up Minecraft 1.16, we will be able to join this server, just kind of prove that it's working. So I'm going to go let this open, and I will see you after a quick jump cut. There we go. We are now on the Minecraft main menu. If we click on multiplayer here, you might have to, tell you that multiplayer is unrated and all that stuff. That's okay. Click through that, it's fine. Then once you're here, what you want to do is click direct connection. Down here at the bottom, click on direct connection, and then type in your IPv4 address. So in my case, 192.168.1.123, and paste that in here. Then click join server. Then we come over here, we'll see that I will join in. Boom, there I am, Nick's Games. That is my username. There it all is. Join the game. Boom. Now, as you can see, that server can't keep up most likely means that either your processor or your RAM cannot keep up. You need a better PC to run the server. Either dedicate more RAM, and then if that's not the case, you need a better CPU to run the server. It's an unfortunate fact that Minecraft uses quite a bit of CPU these days. But nevertheless, here we are. We are in Minecraft. I'm intrigued by this over here. I think this is a 1.16 sort of an update thing. We've just got a randomly spawned nether portal. Yeah, look at that. That is really cool. I'm not going to lie. I'm so excited to play this update and check it out. Anyway, let's go ahead and open this chest because we're here. Not too bad. Interesting. Anyway, that is how you can join the server yourself. But what if you want your friends to play with you? Now, only you can join off of this IP address here. If your friends type that in, it's not going to work. Only you can join off of that IP address. So let's go ahead and fix that. So what we want to do that is port forward, and we'll need to stop the server. So let's go ahead, come into our server console here. Don't just click that X. Stop. What you want to do is come into the server console, this text box, and type stop, stop, right like so, and hit enter. That's then going to go ahead, save the world, and shut the server down properly. If you just click the X, it wouldn't do that, and it can cause all sorts of issues. So anyway, we're going to let the server shut down. And then once it shuts down, I believe the GUI closes. Boom, there we go. So now we need to port forward. The first step of this is actually getting the default gateway, which we've already done. So awesome. Now the second step is coming over here into your basically server folder here, right where the server.jar is, and finding the server.properties file. Go ahead and double click on the server.properties file, and mine automatically opens in Notepad. You may have to select to open yours in Notepad. Then scroll down until you find server-IP equals. So right here it is, server-IP equals. And next to that, put your IPv4 address. So let's go ahead, copy our IPv4 address, and paste that directly next to server-IP equals. No spacing, no anything. Then go ahead and do file, save the server.properties file, and close out of it. Now we need to port forward. To do that, go ahead and copy your default gateway, right? And then come back over here into your browser, open up a brand new tab, and then up here where you would normally type breakdowncraft.com or the breakdown.xyz or any website, Google something, whatever it is, right up here in the tops of the, where your browser is, paste in your IP address, right like so. That's your default gateway, 192.168.1.1. So paste in the default gateway and hit enter. Then it will take you to a screen that looks exactly the same or most likely completely different from the screen you see right here. And that's okay. If it's completely different, that is perfectly fine. Not a big deal whatsoever. Now, one thing that most of us will always have is some sort of a login box, right? Here's mine. Yours may pop in from the top of the screen. Yours may be in the center of the screen. It might pop in from the bottom of the screen. But you'll have some sort of login box asking for a username and a password. Where do you find that? Well, you find it at this link in the description down below. This is how to find your router's password. It goes through all these 5 different methods of finding your router's password, and most people log in by method 3, by the way, if not by method 2. So very simple, very easy. Get logged into your router, and then after you've done that, we've helped, almost 200,000 people log into their router at this point. So log into your router, and then after that, you can be taken to a page that looks very, very different, most likely, from the page that I'm going to be taken to. And that's okay. Again, different page, but I have a solution. That's the thing that we try to help you guys and gals as much as possible. So because of that, we have an in-depth video right here on how to port forward on all the top routers today. Netgear, Linksys, it's all covered in this video in depth. We've got everything that you would want to know. AT&T, Verizon, all of those routers, they're covered in this video. And even if your specific router isn't covered, watch that video, because a lot of the times it's the same jargon. It's the same, IP forwarding or, gaps in gaming. It's going to be something similar to what it is in this video. You might even be like, wait, that's a Netgear router. I have a Cisco router and they look very similar. Yeah, that's happens all the time. A lot of times router companies will just rebrand stuff and put it out. So not a big deal. Watch through this and make sure you kind of understand all the different terms that it can be. And then finally, we can come back over here. Now, what are some terms that it can be? Where could you find it in your router? Well, for me, it is in security. For you, it may be in advanced. It may be in the advanced tab and then in the advanced tab again. It may be in port forwarding. It may be in port forwarding / port triggering. It may be in apps and gaming. It may be in gaming ports, gaming forwarding. It could also be in external forwarding. I've seen it in tons of different stuff. For me, it is in security. Most people, it's going to be in the advanced tab or the admin tab, something like that. But for me, it is in security, and then it is in apps and gaming. And then finally, it is under single port forwarding, right? So for me, again, apps and gaming, single port forwarding, and that's all under the security tab. For you, again, it could be in apps and gaming. It could be in port forwarding / port triggering. It could be in advanced. It could be in advanced. It could be in an admin area. What you're looking for, though, is some sort of port forwarding. It's going to have a layout similar to this. It's going to have two different options for ports. It's going to ask for some sort of protocol, some sort of an IP address, or it's going to have a drop down of all the devices that are currently connected to your network, and it's going to have some sort of application name or ID. That way you just know what the port forward is, right? Let's go ahead and fill all this out. Once you've found it, it's very, very simple. So for me, I have to add a new single port forward. You might just have a list of like empty boxes. It's overwhelming, but no worries. You don't have to fill out any of them but one. Let's go ahead and name this. I'm just going to name it Minecraft because that's what this is for. For external port, we're going to put 25565. And guess what? For anything involving the word port, if it says the word port at all, P-O-R-T, if it says P-O-R-T at all, what you want to do is type in 25565 exactly like that. So boom, external port, there's that word port, we're going to put in 25565. Internal port, hey, that word port appeared again, we're going to type in 25565 right like so. For protocol, we're going to do both, or we're going to do TCP/UDP or UDP/TCP. Either way, you're going to make sure both protocols are selected, even if you need to do the port forward twice to do that, once for UDP and once for TCP. Leave all the other information the same and do that. But for us, we're just going to do both. Device IP is going to be that IPv4 address we had over here. In my case, 192.168.1.123. If you have to enter in an IP address, do that. It's going to be the device you're, hosting the Minecraft server on with that IPv4 address we got earlier. However, if you have a list of devices that's dropped down, just select your computer or the computer you're hosting the Minecraft server on. Now, finally, we want to go ahead and click Save here. That's going to do that and lock it in, and then click Apply. Now, for most people, you're done. However, some people will have an external or public IP address listed in their port forward. If that's you, we've got a solution, but guess what? Everyone watching this video, every single person needs their public IP address, and you can find that linked in the description down below. And when you go to that link in the description, the What's My IP Address link, it will take you here where, as you can see, here is your public IP address. Now this is why, again, it's so important to hide your IP address. You can find your country, your region, your city, your latitude and longitude coordinates all from your public IP address. So you only want to give it out to your friends, family, people you trust, right? So we're going to go ahead and highlight that, copy it. If you need it on your port forward, paste it in, and then apply, okay, save your port forward. And now finally, we want to go back to Minecraft, right? Well, actually, we want to start our server up first, and then we want to go back to Minecraft, and this time, when we click direct connection, we're not going to enter in our public IP address here, or IPv4 address, rather. We're going to enter in our public IP address that we just got. Now, earlier, you were able to see the last three digits, which is 129. Here, you can see the last three digits, 129. I'm showing you that just so you know I'm not doing any tricky editing or anything like that. Same number here as we were seeing over there. Perfect in that regard. So let's go ahead and open this up. Again, it's going to take a while to get this spawn loaded in. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, actually it seems like it skipped quite a bit there, so we might not have to do a jump cut. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let this spawn jump in, roll in, load in. I don't know, what am I even saying? Anyway, I'm going to let the spawn load. Then once the spawn's loaded, I will see you to finish the video off. All right, now as you can see, same IP address here, 129 at the end. We can go ahead and click join server, and it will connect us right on in. As you can see, encrypting, and you'll see it pop up over here on the left as well, that we have in fact joined into the server. There it is. Boom. Right on in here we are. Nix Games appears over here as well. Now, if you do have any troubles joining off the public IP address yourself, that's okay. What really matters is your friends and family, because you can always join off of that IPv4 address that we talked about earlier, right? So don't be afraid to join off of your IPv4 address if you need to. Your friends are who have to join off of your public IP. So whenever your friends are ready to join, give them that public IP address that you got on the breakdown.xyz website earlier, link in the description down below. Give them the IP address that you found there, and they should be able to join right on into your server. If you do have any issues, the server just crashed. That's hilarious. Like I said, it requires a decent amount of hardware to host a server. So, yeah, there you go. That's what that was. We were loading in too many chunks. The server crashed. If you do want to add more RAM to your server, you can figure out how to do that in the description down below. But I'm guessing that was due to a CPU issue. But nevertheless, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of roll with that one and let that one pretend like that one didn't happen. But nevertheless, nothing we can do. It's simply because, like I said, the resources, my computer's not that great. So anyway, nevertheless, this is how to set up a server. If your friends do have issues joining your server, though, it's most likely due to your port forward. It's most likely to Windows Defender. So you could, you need to enable that in Windows Defender or another firewall or antivirus you have installed. It can also be the firewall on your router causing issues. So make sure that is set to allow any open ports, any connections through on those. But that is that. That is how you can start a Minecraft server. If you have any questions, let us know in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to set up a server easily, you don't have to worry about crashing because your CPU ran out of space, you can check out Apex at the first link down below, thebreakdown.xyz/Apex. Get an incredible 24-hour DDoS Protected Minecraft server for you and your friends. Again, we love them so much that we host play.breakdowncraft.com on them. As you can see right now, 141 players online. Looking great and looking perfect. Boom. There we go. Awesome stuff. And we can actually do, this is a little command that, this is a command to check server performance. We can do TPS, and we can see, in fact, 20 TPS. That's perfect, by the way, for the last 15 minutes, so no lag on Apex Minecraft hosting. Anyway, you can check out Apex again at the first link down below, thebreakdown.xyz/Apex. Nevertheless, my name is Nick. This has been The Breakdown. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'm out. Peace.